Welcome to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always an instant classic. As you can see, we broke into the NXT arena. I think we're good right about now. I don't see anybody coming. Security can come at any time, so this might have to be a short review. But we snuck in. We're gonna do it. Wait, is that? No, that's nobody. All right, but we were talking about the NXT for whatever today was, 6/15, 16, I think it was. I don't even know what day it is, but I know that we broke in, and this is totally not a green screen, and my head isn't getting cut. This is real. This is real.
It is, it is hump day, though.
I mean, shush. Anyway, so we open up the show with the authors of Pain versus two dudes that just got beat up and didn't get names at all. Like, they didn't even throw names like in, like they do sometimes with jobber matches, like blah blah this guy. No, these guys didn't get names. They didn't get entrances. They didn't even get offense, I don't think. They just was like destroyed. But I liked it. I actually liked this match. It definitely built up the authors of Pain, as that dominant team. And I think they did it well. I think part of that is them having a manager, and a manager that we know pretty well. So I think that kind of helps with it. I think if they were just a random tag team who came in and did this without a manager, we'd be like, oh, this is just some like Ryback stuff, or we would, be calling them Shield wannabes, because let's be honest, they kind of look like Shield wannabes. I'm not even gonna lie. They have the same like military like fatigue or gear, whatever. But I like what they're doing with them so far. Any thoughts on the opening match?
Yeah, this was actually one of the jobber matches I actually liked. I know I've been oftenly critical of jobber matches, but in this scenario, it makes a lot of sense. This is a new team, a very new team, and they came in dominant, so why not keep them dominant? I think was kind of the main thing they were going for here. So I did like that they were dominant. I was kind of happy about that. I do wish the guys would have got some names or something. That's when you're dominant, when you don't even give them time to get names. But I enjoyed them in the ring. They were very hard hitting. They were very they were actually pretty exciting to watch because they were so physical. I think it actually gave them a lot more than it seemed. But I liked them.
Yeah. We did get an interview from Andrade Cien Almas. And as usual, as he always does, Ty Dillinger ruined it. He ruins everything. He ruined a good tag team. He ruined my life every time he comes out and does that stupid. But, it's cool. It's cool. He's mad. He's mad that he can't get a win. I get it. You're mad, bruh. I get it. I get it that you're only a perfect 10. And Andrade is a 100. Because CN in Spanish is 100. Because I took Spanish for a year, and I know. Anyway, any thoughts on this interview before I, start talking about Spanish and trying to speak it and failing?
I liked the interview. I thought it was good. I was wondering if they were going to start something between these two. But I guess it was just kind of a redemption tour for Ty Dillinger, and he should have won. He should have won. I think he was robbed tonight. I agree. He was robbed tonight, and I'm going with it. I'm going with the fact that he was robbed.
I mean, or he just can't get the W. I think it's that one. Just can't get the W. But one of the interviewers, I don't know. There's so many new ones that I can't remember their names anymore. But she was cute. She was pretty cute. I'm going to give her that. She was kind of cute. She tries to get some some answers from Paul Ellering and the authors of Pain. All Paul says is in due time. I really like this. I like how all he said was in due time, and that kind of it kind of plants that seed of something building up. It was something simple but genius. If they did more stuff like this on the main roster, where you don't have to say much, you just say that one thing at the right time, and it makes all the difference. And somebody like Paul Ellering, is going to be a master at that. He's been in the business for years. I mean, he's managed legendary tag teams, so he knows how to kind of get you excited or get you wondering, what's going on, kind of keep you at the edge of your seat. So I definitely like that. Any thoughts on the little backstage segment?
Yeah, I agree. I liked how they just kept walking, didn't even look over, didn't even respond at all. And then Paul Ellering came in and he did his thing and just the little, just the little things I liked about this. I liked, that he really didn't say much. It just kind of keeps it in your mind that, something's going to happen with this team. We don't know what it is. We don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. And I like that.
Yeah. So, moving on, we get Carmella versus Tessa Blanchard. This wasn't a bad match. I enjoyed it. We knew it was kind of, I don't want to say it was a jobber match, because I feel like we did see some good stuff from Tessa, which is more than we've seen in her previous matches. So it wasn't a complete jobber match, but I feel like we knew Carmella was going to win. It feels like they are trying to push Carmella more now, which I'm excited about. Carmella looking extra fabulous tonight. Girl, if things don't work out with Big Cass, I'm just saying, I love Alexa. She my girl, but if things don't work out with me and her, and you and Big Cass, I mean, we can go out, maybe get some coffee, catch a movie, something like that. I'm just anyway. Sorry. Thoughts on this match? I was getting in the groove of
Yeah, I definitely, I thought this match was good. I thought it was a pretty good match for what it was. Obviously, it was there to make Carmella look strong, but it was still a good match for what it was. I enjoyed it. I'm hoping, we see more from Carmella, because she is the most fabulous chick in NXT. So, you gotta make sure you get that T in there. You gotta drop the jaw a little bit. She got it perfectly though. I really like I like Carmella. I hope she gets a chance at the title sometime soon.
Yeah. So we get a post-match interview from Samoa Joe after his successful retaining of the NXT Championship in the first ever NXT Steel Cage match. I'm really liking the recent interviews and video packages with Samoa Joe. Just the way he's been talking, just kind of, I don't know, there's something different about it, but something that I really like. I think, this heel character is definitely going to work really well, and he's making it work really well. It's not just a generic heel. He's kind of putting something, I feel like, a little bit different than what we've seen from Samoa Joe. Just in his voice feels a little bit different from, we've seen him as a heel many times in NXT, but this is kind of something a little bit different. It's a little, I guess, darker in a way, but it's definitely, I'm definitely into it, and I keep waiting for his next interview or his next promo. I definitely like them. Any thoughts on the interview?
Yeah, I definitely I enjoy Samoa Joe and his interviews. Definitely, I like That new like heelish style that he's going with. I think he's been really passionate ever since he's come to NXT, which is good to see. Because for a little bit there, it seemed like he wasn't really as passionate, especially at the end of his TNA run. So I'm glad that he's really getting into kind of his mojo, I guess you could say, with NXT. It's really nice to see. And it kind of shows you that they still got some big stars in NXT. They haven't all left and moved up or anything. So that's pretty cool to see.
Yeah. And then next, wait a minute. Wait, hold up. Blake and Murphy talk? What is this? I was thoroughly confused. But don't think I didn't hear you talking about my girl Alexa. Don't think I didn't hear that. Yo, I will take both of you out and then have somebody else beat you up because like you bigger than me. But I don't think I didn't hear that. Yo, yeah. I'm looking at you, Blake, and you, Murphy. You, Blake, with your pigtails. You don't wear the pigtails anymore because you're not cool. Sorry. I got passionate about that for a second. You talk about my girl, and it's going down. It's going down. Any thoughts on the interview, which was kind of weird because, like I said, we haven't really heard them talk much. It's always been Alexa kind of as their mouthpiece. It feels like.
Yeah, I like the interview. I think obviously they're going with a split up, so it's gonna be, in order to establish those singles characters, it's gonna be important for them to talk anyway. So this is kind of a good starting point for that. I'm definitely excited to see what they're gonna do as singles guys, or maybe one of them's gonna move on and be a tag team guy again. I'm not sure. They might do the whole Ty Dillinger, Jason Jordan thing with that. Maybe, I'm not sure though. But I'm excited to see what they're gonna do alone, more than anything.
Yeah. So next we get TM61 versus Blake and Murphy. This was definitely a TM61 heavy match. It felt like we did see some offense from Blake and Murphy, but I feel like we were expecting that they were going to break up anyway, so I didn't expect anything really special from Blake and Murphy. This was just kind of building up TM61 even more and starting that sort of breakup of Blake and Murphy. But I was glad we got to see TM61 again. They're a really good tag team. We hadn't seen them in, they said 3 weeks. I didn't think it was that long that they had debuted. But it's definitely a good match. It wasn't anything great, I didn't think. I think that TM61 could definitely have better matches. But for kind of what they were setting up, the breakup of Blake and Murphy, it worked well, I think. Any thoughts on the match? I mean, if you dare, hello, bruh, I can't hear you. Bruh.
I'm gone. Okay, no. I definitely thought the match, was good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good kind of breaking up thing because they said they were going to try it one more time to see if it works out. It obviously didn't work out. So I'm wondering how they're going to play this. I think it gets you really interested. I like watching TM61 as well. They definitely are good in the ring. So I'm excited to see what's going to go down with them if they can. Because I think they're going to mesh really well once they really get a chance to go after the titles and whatnot. So I'm really excited with what they're going to do with them.
Yeah. Next, we get a Revival interview. I mean, we could skip over this. We don't really need to talk about this, right? Like, you didn't have any thoughts on this, did you? You didn't want to.
I just like the like after match interviews just in general. They're more natural. They're less like scripted anyway. Just in general, whether it's the main roster or NXT. So I really like these, regardless of who it is, just because it kind of shows you a little bit more what they can do from a promo perspective. So I actually like this.
Yeah. kind of talking about that a little bit. The one thing that I know you said jokingly the other day that you thought New Japan sucked, but that's how wrestling fans think. If you can't get the channel, then they obviously suck. But that's one thing that I like about New Japan, is that after every match you do get that kind of post-match interview, which I kind of think more companies should do, just because it kind of, it gets you more into that story a little bit, storyline. But anyway, so Bobby Roode apparently debuted at the Download Festival. I didn't want to see it or anything, WWE. Why would you want to maybe, I don't know, put that on the network? Nah, no, it's cool. I didn't want to see it. I was so mad when they said that. I was like, why? Why are you not showing the match? And we didn't even see him tonight. I was just upset because they had been kind of teasing him for a while. They teased him at the end, in backstage, and then to debut him on when you're not even gonna show the match. I don't know. I just didn't like it. But any thoughts on Bobby Roode debut?
Yeah, I was excited about this. I saw this through WWE Snapchat. Actually, I think I saw this. They were showing some kind of videos of it and pictures and stuff like that. But I do agree. I wish, like, especially a debut this big, I wish they would do something with it. I think that's an issue. They just don't put it on the network, which I think is stupid. That's what the network's for. You're obviously recording it to have shots of it to show on NXT. So why not just go ahead and just put it in the what is it, like, network exclusive section or something? Just put it in there, since they don't use that section anyway. Put these different. You don't have to put the whole show on there, but if something big happened, put that on there instead of telling us on NXT for us to be like, oh, well, I wish I could have saw it. But
Yeah. But next we find out that hopefully Bayley will be coming back soon. She has a doctor's appointment next week in the morning. She said specifically it's in the morning, so we know. And then if everything goes well, William Regal says that she will be back very soon. So hopefully, this is kind of a thing where I'm excited that she's coming back, but I don't want her to come back to NXT. I feel like she should be on the main roster. She is the only one of the 4 horsewomen to not be on the main roster. And they could use her. I mean, if nothing else, put her in a team with Becky Lynch, because you're not doing anything with Becky Lynch except for like throwing her in random, tag team matches, or put her in a stable with Becky Lynch and Paige, 2 women that are incredibly talented that you don't use. But any thoughts on the possible return of Bayley to NXT or the main roster?
I would rather see it on the main roster. I think we'd all rather see it on the main roster. But I definitely feel like it's kind of confusing. Like, why is she still in NXT? Just thinking about it, with more women on the main roster, you at least can get them more exposure, if nothing else. Get them some feuds away from the title or something. Because right now I think it's weird that we have this whole this new women's division, this I guess still technically still Divas Revolution thing, but you're not giving them any real chances. You're not putting them in feuds outside of the title or any feuds to like build to like for like contention for the title is kind of an issue for me. And I don't understand that. Like, even if they did, like, so we're gonna have a 3-match pay-per-view series, and the winner gets to be the number one contender. While Charlotte is feuding with whoever she's feuding with, you could do that too. I don't know why they don't do that more often, but who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. But it's just going to be, I feel like, good to see her back. But moving on to just the worst match on the card. So I gave it to DJ. We get Ty, can't finish a feud, Dillinger versus Andrade Cien Almas. And last time I checked, 100 is better than 10. So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in the back of your head. But go ahead and take this match that you somehow liked, even though Ty lost again.
I was excited going into this match. I was hoping Ty would win though, just to kind of keep something going, or maybe because now we don't know what Cien's gonna do, which is weird. But I wish they would have kind of maybe even kept it going a little bit somehow, some way, just to give Cien something to do and give Ty something to do. Because I mean, let's just pay. I'm just gonna go work for WWE and get paid to do nothing. I would love to do it. Please sign me right now, and I will go and I will train to wrestle so I can go to WWE and get paid for nothing. I mean, I'll do it. I'll try it. I'll try for at least a month, at least. But yeah, I just don't understand, what they're doing with Ty Dillinger. Kind of, and I said it before, but he does remind me of Dolph Ziggler in that way that like he can put on good matches, but then loses all the matches. But you. And Casey, don't look at me like that because you only hate him because of that one thing, and you hold terrible grudges because he didn't finish one feud, which wasn't his fault because Jason Jordan also didn't finish that feud.
Because Ty Dillinger walked out and didn't come back to finish the feud because he
didn't have to come back. He didn't have to come back. He came back better than Jason Jordan. He came back as a 10.
How many titles has he held?
I mean, Jason Jordan's barely held one. Barely. And he needed a partner to do that.
He didn't need a partner. He wanted somebody better than Ty Dillinger, and he found it. Anyway, we're going to move on just because I'm right, you're wrong, and that's how it is. But Finn Balor comes out to the ring. We get a bunch of "Thank you, Finn" chants and "Please don't go" chants, which I kind of thought was a little bit weird because you usually get the "Please don't go" chants when somebody's like leaving a company. Like I know, the Dudleys way back in the day in ECW got a "Please don't go" chant. I think. I'm trying to remember what other guys have gotten. A lot of big names get "Please don't go" chants when they go up to like the next level, whether they go to WWE or TNA or whatever. So I just thought it was weird because I was like, well, yeah, he's leaving NXT, but he's not, leaving WWE. But anyway, so the big question was, what is next for Finn Balor? We get a huge Balor Club chant, and I love the fact that Finn said "too sweet." I was like, yes! We know he's been acknowledging it, giving the "too sweets, but him actually saying "too sweet" was just kind of something cool. I felt like, the lights go out and Nakamura's music hits, and I was already marking out. Nakamura says that if he wants to be the champion, he has to beat the icon, talking about Finn Balor, saying he's the icon of NXT. So we will be getting Shinsuke Nakamura versus Finn Balor, which immediately got match of the year chant, which I love Sami Zayn. And I thought that match was amazing, but this one, I feel like is definitely going to beat that one out, and even definitely beat out his match with Austin Aries. I mean, I'm trying to remember if they've had any matches in New Japan, but this one is definitely, I'm excited for it. I don't know when the next special is, but I'm excited, and I want it to be tomorrow. Can it be tomorrow, please? Please, can it be tomorrow? Any thoughts on the closing segment of the show?
Yeah, I definitely thought it was really cool to kind of see these two guys in the same ring, especially in WWE. I'm excited for that match. I think the back and forth between them was cool, even though it wasn't much. It was still pretty cool. The fans, their reaction to it was cool too. We gotta wait a little bit though, because the next special is Brooklyn, which means it's during SummerSlam weekend, which means that's at least 2 more months, I think. So it's gonna be a little bit. There's gonna be a little bit of a build to it. I was hoping they were gonna be like, we're just gonna put this on the Money in the Bank pre-show. I don't know why. I was like, we could do it. You could do it. I thought, but I definitely think this is gonna be a really good match. Match of the year. Maybe. I'll keep an open mind. I'll keep an open mind. Maybe.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about it, and this is just, again, guy is not going up to the main roster. This just means that, it's going to be even, and we have kind of even an idea of how much longer it's going to be before Finn Balor kind of goes to the main roster. And I think the majority of the fans, think he should have already been up on the main roster before his last kind of run with Joe. So I mean, now we have at least 2 more months, of him being, which isn't a problem. We love him in NXT, but we're kind of, waiting for him to finally get up to the main roster and see what they do with him and with AJ and all that stuff. Because I think definitely one of the kind of dream matches or dream kind of storylines would be something with him and AJ Styles, kind of the 2 of the leaders of the Bullet Club. So I'm excited for that when it eventually happens. But until then, this is definitely a awesome match to kind of hold us over and keep us excited. But that was your NXT review for 6:15. I mixed up the numbers. It's 6:15:16. Tomorrow with 6:16:16, which is gonna just throw me off. It's gonna be weird. But yeah, that was your review for 6:15:16. Our next video will next scheduled video will be Money in the Bank review, I think, Sunday. But there might be a special surprise video somewhere in that time frame area. I don't know if DJ wants to talk anything about it or mention anything.
I don't think it's gonna be on Sunday. We were in talks with Jay Bradley, formerly known as Aiden O'Shea now in TNA, but we're in talks with him about scheduling an interview. But I'm not sure if it's gonna be on Sunday, since Sunday is Father's Day. So that we probably are gonna have to move that around a little bit, but we'll figure it out and we'll let you know.
All right, so that's hopefully coming up. Hopefully nothing, doesn't fall through or anything. But that'll be definitely a big step up for us, I feel like. And then obviously Monday is going to be the 6-pack as usual, and then our normal schedule. But until then, like the video, subscribe, follow the podcast Twitter, go over to Aiden O'Shea's Twitter and be like, hey, bruh, you should definitely go on that show because they're awesome. They have a green screen. Throw in the green screen thing. That's definitely a good selling point. Tell him that we also, I know he's not in the WWE, but we have a supercard team, and if he is on the show, he can definitely be in our team, as long as he has good cards. That's the prerequisite. You have to have good cards. But you go tell him to do that stuff, and then tell other people to be on the show. But until then, we will see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.